Now, I don't care what time of day it is always a great day to do a good morning. So the good morning, what is the good morning? Is there a good morning? Is there a good night? So when it comes to the fitness world, when it comes to exercises, we have what's called the hip hinge movement pattern. So you might be familiar with deadlifts. So deadlifts are an exercise where you take your load, your implement, whether it be a barbell, kettlebell, sandbag, and you place that weight on the ground, and it's dead. There's no momentum to this exercise, and so you take it from that dead position and you lift it up, hence a dead lift. See, we're not too smart in the whole fitness industry how simple we make these exercises and their names. Now those deadlifts, people will, in a hip hinge, they'll do what's called the kettlebell swings, and they'll do all this stuff, and it's fine. However, it might not be for everybody. And then there's no real levels of progression and regression for a lot of these exercises according to the implements that we're using. So what we really enjoy here at Fitness Lying Down is what we call that good morning exercise. Now, what is a good morning? A good morning is that hip hinge, but now we're going to take the implement. With this one, we'll use the ultimate sandbag. We'll place the ultimate sandbag in that front-loaded position. So we expect to see that ultimate sandbag is high on that chest in the crook of your arms. So we're creating kind of this front plank opportunity. And with our feet about hip width apart, we will go into that hip hinge. Now the hip hinge, we're looking at bending the knees so that we can really pull back on those hips. And that's going to cause our shins to be at a 90-degree angle. Now here's what's going to happen. It's going to cause those shins to be perpendicular with the floor, creating a 90-degree angle. Now here's what the best part about that good morning hip hinge is because where the load is on that body, this really gets the core excited. Your core has to be on point. It has to be turned on and dialed up in order to succeed with this exercise. And here's the best part about this. You really don't have to think about it. You don't have to be like, hey, I'm going to engage my abdominals now. I'm going to really brace my core. Because where the implement is positioned, it automatically, your brain has to turn on every light in that core area, just like a Christmas tree in December. One of our favorite ways to use the good morning is a lot of our clients come in brand new, they've been to other gyms, and they've done those deadlift exercises, they've done those kettlebell swings, and they have been burnt because of them. They have hurt their low backs because of these different hip hinge exercises that they were given in other gyms. So when we talk about deadlifts, they get this face on them. You would think they were really frightened because of the past experiences that they've had with this hip hinge, this deadlift, that they're thinking already about how their back's hurting. Now, when we give them an ultimate sandbag and we have them holding that front-loaded position, they still perform the same exact hip hinge that they did prior, but it's more user-friendly for them. They feel safer and more comfortable, and that way they can train the hip hinge a little bit more because, let's be honest, that hip hinge is a very important human movement outside the four walls of these gyms. So we don't always have to be loading up those hip hinges as heavy as we can with deadlifts and with kettlebell swings. But it's nice to practice that movement pattern, floss those joints as we go into our different ways of the good morning exercises. So, even in the afternoon, I wish you a good morning. You're welcome.